Hey y'all, so today's gonna be a little different. I decided to do like a little vlog. So I'm in the process. I know most people who follow me on this channel is like business marketing or specifically to start a hair company and scale it. So I really haven't been putting forth effort and I gotta multitask. I really don't feel well. I'll get into that in a second. And I'm trying to, I got a lot I need to accomplish today. So, I decided I was gonna start advertise or not advertise. I was gonna start recording like a day in the life so y'all could see what it takes for me to like build up my hair brand. Last year, I realized I made like over 6 figures selling hair just on my website, like not in person sales, anything like that, just on the website. And it was passively, like I wasn't actively advertising or pushing it or anything like that. It was passive. And what God kind of showed me was if that's what you can do in passing or passively, like how much more, how greater could it be if you actually put forth effort? And so I decided I was gonna put forth effort. So I had kind of did the first phase of like me launching or relaunching my hair company. So I'm not gonna say this is a relaunch. It more so is I just had a birthday. I've just been really in a state of reflecting like how good God is. And like I always get these moments where I end up wanting to cry because like, and I'm not gonna cry on here. It's social media. I'm not gonna cry, but even washing the bundles, which I hate that process. I really don't, and I don't like shipping out orders. Even washing the bundles is just like how good is God that I have hair that I can wash for a company that is mine. Like, how good is He? Because I remember times when I did not want to go back to selling hair. I remember times when I didn't even have the money to buy hair to be able to do this. So how good is God? And it's like He's putting me in position to win in such a great way that my prayer has continued to be like, Lord, I just want to be able to sustain it. I just want to do so good that I can sustain the blessings that you've given me. And I don't feel like I've done that fully. I feel like in some areas, like with me doing hair, I feel like I have. But with the hair company, I feel like I've kind of, I pushed it to the wayside. Like I've caught myself like being upset when I get orders because it takes so much. Because I do hair full time and it takes so much to stop, pack up orders, ship. And I realize I feel that way because I have systems in place when it comes to me actively doing hair. So I have my CRM system, everything is automated. All I got to do is look to see what my clients, I have a team. So I enjoy that part of it because there's a strategy behind it. There are systems. I have built out everything to be able to scale that. The reason why I lag when it comes to the hair company is because I haven't done the same thing with this. So I said I was gonna change that. So I bought, in all my years of selling hair, I've been selling hair since I was 19. I'm now 38. I've never like had a scanner or really had an in-depth inventory system or anything like that. So I said I was going to change that. So I bought a scanner and I'll do a separate video about this because I really think it's going to set everything up. I have these hair tags, which I really don't like. I didn't like them initially when I got them. I don't like them now, but I have them. Baby, we ain't wasting no money. Okay. So until I figure out what I want my new design to be, I'm just, barcoding everything. So this will help me to be able to keep track because I have hair. I keep some hair, mainly the K-tips in the salon, and then I'm putting up all my bundles in here. And then I have bundles in my salon suite. So I'm just trying to organize everything and get a system to everything. And like even my products, I want to do, like I'm going to barcode everything. Even my kits, I'm going to barcode everything just so I can track, have spreadsheets, know what is being sold every day, get a better idea of what products people are liking so then I can push. So I'm going to start with this order because this should have been sent forever ago. I'm actually going to overnight it. And again, this just shows how much I've neglected my how much I've neglected this company. I need to email her too. So Audria, I appreciate you, and I don't think I'm saying your name. Andrea, I appreciate you. Order 2521. You ordered 1 moisture leave-in conditioner. I'm actually going to give you 2. So let me go. I have to wait, and then I'm gonna overnight it because, like, the reality is, there's no excuse. If y'all are trusting me enough to spend my money, like, I gotta show up. And so that was just kind of my goal, to build systems for the actual hair extension company so it can flow better. I can bring people in to assist me, and then to show up for this business, because God has already shown me it's gonna do well. If I don't know how to do anything, I know how to find some good hair, so that's not my issue. I dread the hair company because it didn't have systems. So I gotta ship out her order. I need to order some more mailers. I have some tan ones, which actually go well with the branding, so I'm gonna utilize these. I do have people that buy the leave-in conditioner. I don't advertise all the stuff I have, but I do have people that buy it, and so I want them to have everything they need. So I'm gonna actually wrap this up just like this because it's 2 bottles, and then I'm gonna put it in the actual mailer. It's a little ghetto. Maybe I'll get, let me see. I wonder if it'll fit in here, so it's just not rolling around everywhere. I see everybody have these now. Now I gotta find another packaging, because I try to do things a little different than everybody else. And now I see everybody with these, so now I gotta switch it up. After I run through them, because I have a lot left, so I gotta figure out what my next little packaging option will be. Okay, so it fits awesome. That works out perfect. So we got a little package. I'm gonna put this in here, and now I'm gonna print out her label. It's been a lot going on. Like, I had to have full, I don't know if y'all can hear, I have a list. I've had to have full dental surgery because, not for cosmetic reasons, like my mouth was just really messed up after giving birth to Bud. So I had to have dental surgery, and it was a lot to deal with. And I've been recovering, and like I can't eat. Technically I can't eat. Like, I can't chew. And so that's been a process. And then I got sick. So today's Monday, but today is Monday, but I couldn't, and I don't work on the weekends. I don't do hair on the weekends, but I couldn't work on Saturday or Sunday. All I did was really sleep because I've been sick. And so this morning I said, we got stuff to do because we have K-tips all week. So I was like, I have to get this work done. Like, there's really no way around it, because I know I'm gonna be busy. So I woke up this morning like, okay, let's get to it. So it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I don't feel well. Like, I'm nauseous, and I really need to go lay down. Like, I really don't feel that well. But the show must go on. Again, the reality is, when people give you their money, like, you need to show up. And with me doing hair, it's a lot easier to do that because I have other stylists that work with me that I've trained for months and months and months. If something happened, I can actually hand them the baton and know that my clients are gonna be taken care of. And it's taking time for that, but I know that to be a fact. So I gotta do that with the hair company. And I'm realizing, like, that's my dilemma. And to build a company that I want the way I want it to be. So I feel like oftentimes I build my companies like what people expect of me. And I feel like I do that a lot in business. Instead of just leaning on fully what God has told me to do and operate how he's told me to, I try to do things in a way that like, oops, I try to do things in a way that I feel like people expect of me, and then I get upset at the results because y'all ain't God. Like, God told me exactly what I should be doing, and that's what I should be doing. Um, so now, I don't know if it's because I'm older now or what, I'm just really in a state of I'm showing up how I've always wanted to show up, and in excellence, and and being grateful for the business that I get and being a good steward of it. So now I'm going to kind of walk y'all through what I have to do, and I'm gonna talk about some business stuff too. So let's print out some orders. Give me 1 second. Okay, so everything that's Shopify, I had a K-tip training, and my vendor, I ordered all of my kits like 3 or 4 weeks earlier, and my vendor did ship it on time, but he did not, what didn't he do? He shipped it on time, but there was like a huge delay with it being mailed. Like, it was stuck in the UK, and I was pissed because I did order in time, and now I'm having to spend money in order to get everybody their orders. And I have a lot of anxiety, so I just don't like when things don't go right. So now I'm having to spend all of this money in order to get these orders to my client, or get these orders to my students, which is just aggravating as hell. So yeah, so everybody's order is being shipped. Now I'm having to spend an extra $67. Could be worse because I do get a discount through Shopify, but it's annoying. So labels of purchase, print documents, print everything. These are all of those. Sorry, y'all, I had to cut that out. I didn't want her address to be seen. So I got to ship out this order, which I actually do have, which is, I really, again, haven't been pushing my company or anything like that. So when I get orders, it blows my mind because I don't advertise. Don't advertise for it. But I'm going to see, because I'm washing hair. That's the only thing, and it needs to be dry before I ship it. I'm going to see if I can ship it out with the rest of my orders, because I have some bundles hanging up because I had already started. So I'm gonna measure these and then label them, and then see if I can get her order out too, because I'd rather do everything in one swoop. I'm testing out different hair. So like, we do a lot of K-tips and I do a lot of color. So I have a lot of girls asking me for like certain colors, and they want to go blonde. And so if you like reach out to your vendors, most of them will tell you like, nah, they're not gonna do blonde and they're not gonna do curly. Like, straight up, they're gonna tell you no. But I found one vendor, and they were willing to like cut my K-tips down and everything. One vendor that was willing to do it. And so we had some issues. It wasn't supposed to look like this. It was actually supposed to be a blend. But regardless of anything, I could do a lot with this. Curls are pretty, all of those stuff. So I'ma see. I have two vendors that will do it. So I have one other vendor that I just paid the second half of that order to see if they're blonde. And that one's gonna be kinky curly, so it's gonna be fire. But I'm gonna see if that blonde works too, because when my clients want like ash blonde or they want lighter colors, what tends to happen is the curls loosen like when you go lighter. And so I wanted to keep them to be the same pattern. Now this is just looser because it's longer length, but it still has like the curls on the bottom and stuff. And then this is just a different hair from a different vendor that I'm trying to test out to see what's what. And then these are the same like hair that I use for my K-tips. So for a minute, I really wasn't pushing bundles. So I honestly, like people would ask me if I was selling the bundles, and I'd be like, nah, because I just wasn't pushing bundles. Unless you were getting your hair done by me, I just wasn't selling it. But I recently took, like I'm always taking classes. I always try to be better in every area of my business. So I recently took a seamless sewing class, which made me kind of fall in love with sew-ins again. And so I was like, in order to promote my sew-ins, I need to do a hair package. Curly flip overs are really popular, all the things. So I was like, shoot, let me just run up the bundles because I know I have really good hair. This hair can straighten and it looks beautiful. I already have clients, K-tip clients who've worn this hair, even my kinky curly. The kinky curly though, for the bundles, I don't know if I'm going to release right now, and I'll get to that in a second. All right, so let's talk as I pack up these orders. I don't know if I'm going to release kinky curly right now because like I mentioned before, like my business partner is God. And I've learned over the years, like, especially with running a hair company, like less is kind of more. A lot of y'all get caught up when it comes to hair companies because y'all want to sell every single product under the sun. And having owned a hair company for all these years, like you're talking about almost 20 years, and coached other people and all that other stuff. Honestly, some of y'all favorite brands took my How to Launch a Hair Company class or did mentorship calls with me and all of that stuff like that. Like I know what I'm doing by the grace of God. But because I know what I'm doing, I know the more products that I keep in stock, the more it requires to promote it. Like the more money, the more everything. For example, I'm going to be selling wavy hair from Burma or Myanmar. So Burmese wavy. And I'm selling that hair because it's been a crowd favorite. I used to travel to Myanmar every quarter and I built really good relationships with those vendors. And then I built really good relationships with the shippers and stuff. So one of my shippers, he ended up, I guess, being cool with a guy that sells hair, that sells like raw Burmese hair. And this guy been hitting me up on WhatsApp for the last like 9 months or something. And I keep ignoring him because I got burned by, like, the hair game is just an interesting place. But I used to travel to Myanmar. I had two hair collectors. One is like a popular hair collector that you can find. I don't think he's advertising on there anymore, but you used to be able to find him on like Alibaba and stuff. And then the other one was like used to be one of his workers, and then he like branched off to start his own hair company. So I used to get hair from both. The one that branched off, because I stopped doing or selling hair for 8 years. When I came back, he just wasn't selling hair anymore. The hair industry is especially raw. You have to think, these people have to grow their hair back. So that's why the countries of where everything is coming from changes. Like at one point in time, it was like Russian or Ukraine hair. At one point in time, it was Indian hair. Another point in time, it was Cambodian. Another point in time, it was, Burmese or Myanmar hair. Like it changes. At one point in time, it was Filipino hair. Because I remember before I had my daughter, I had went to the Philippines and nobody was pushing Filipino hair. And I pretty much showed and proved that you could get hair from Philippines. And with my daughter, I ended up on bed rest for 3 months. By the time I had her and got back to normal, there were larger hair companies that pretty much took the experience and me showing that they sold hair and they came in and swooped it in because they had more money and more reach, and I did the work for them. And not to say I was the first person to ever sell Filipino hair, that's not accurate. But like in the US and at that time, there weren't other Black women hair company owners that were pushing Filipino hair. They just weren't. And so when I decided to come back to sell hair, I had to kind of start testing out my vendors, and I just knew that the cycles change. Like, it may start off where the hair is phenomenal, but after years of collecting hair, you got to wait on those people in those countries to grow their hair back. And as times are changing, like now we're in 2025, people are coloring their hair, they're doing all these treatments. So like the quality shifts as well, to where you kind of have to go into like more rural areas in those countries, or even go to different countries as a whole, to then be able to get like superior quality hair. That's just a little background. I don't even know if y'all need to know that. But when I, over the last couple of weeks, was like, oh, I really want to sell hair. And I feel like everything that I've done, when I look back at the conversations I had with God, it was supposed to be me selling hair. Like, that was supposed to be the focal point, and it has not been. So like, obedience is really important to me. And so I was just like, you know, God, I'm gonna do it right. I keep forgetting to put the this in there. But so I like most of my vendors, I've kind of found them by chance. Like, well, not even by chance, God. And so when the guy had been hitting me up and he was like, oh, the shipper had told me that you sold hair, da 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 da, I was like, I don't care, because I had a third Myanmar vendor that I used that also used to work for the second Myanmar vendor, that he went out and started his own hair company, and he got me for $2,500. And I was just like, I don't want to have to deal with that again. And the guy just kept pressuring me. Like, he would send me videos like all day, every day of his hair. And he was just like, I promise you I have good hair. I want to have a long relationship with you, all these things. And I just told him straight up, like, because I knew I was going to go back to selling hair and really prioritize it. So I told him, like, if the hair is crap, like, I'll spend a couple $100. I think I might have spent like $600, or no, probably maybe like $700-800. It's a lot for anybody, but I know what my risk level is. So I was like, I'm gonna spend this money, and if the hair sucks, you just won't get any more business. Like, I'm not even about to cry over it. Like, if it sucks, you just won't get business from me. It's gonna hurt you more than it hurts me. Because even that vendor who got me for the $2,500, he keeps hitting me up to buy hair from him. And I'm like, no, you already scammed me. I'm not coming back to give you more money. Like, it's not gonna happen. And truth be told, I don't know who this guy is. So it could be that guy. And he realized he wanted my business again. And I don't know. You just never know. But I'm putting my faith in God that it turns out correctly. The hair actually gets delivered today. So I'll do a separate video on what I do when I'm testing out new vendors and what that looks like. Because again, I haven't tried this hair before. I just put this sewing in because I know I'm going to be on a cycle of trying hair. This is my pure raw wavy, which I love. I love this hair. This is the best hair I've ever sewed in my life. Don't get me wrong. The Burmese wavy is gorgeous. It naturally has texture, but this hair, this is and has been my favorite hair. It's the most expensive, so I know it doesn't fit into everybody's like budget or whatever, but baby, this hair, like, I feel like it's something that you kind of got to see in person to really grasp how amazing this hair is. But this is my favorite hair, period. I've been sick all week. My hair's been in a bonnet, or the bonnet, if the bonnet even stayed on, because, you know, we go to sleep and the hair just does whatever it wants to. But this has been my favorite hair. And so just figuring out what I need to do content-wise to even showcase that this is my favorite hair, and going back to my original point of saying all of this, is that when I decided what hair I wanted to sell, I knew the Burmese wavy. I knew the pure wavy because I love this hair. And then I knew that I wanted to sell curly hair, but I have to do the curly in waves because it's expensive to sell hair. I'm not drop shipping for the hair quality I want. I can't drop ship. I have to stock them. And so I just don't have, I don't have an endless supply of money. Like I have staff, I got bills. I don't have an endless supply of money to be able to stock hair the way I would want to. So I'm gradually building up to have all of the patterns. So I'm going to start with the curly because I know it's amazing. And this is the hair that I've used for K-tips. It's just bundled. So I don't have any doubts about this hair. But it's also because I know that for every single pattern, I got colored hair over here. For every pattern, for every texture, for every origin I sell, I have to have a database of content to showcase why the hair is good, what styles you can get in that hair. Like I need content. Everything is content driven. Everything is video and content driven. So not only do I need money to be able to keep it and stock it and maintain it, but I have to have the content to be able to back it up. So like client videos, me doing tutorials, me showcasing how to take care of all those things, which it just takes a lot of money and time and effort to do that. So I just said I wasn't gonna just release, because I have access to all these different curl patterns and all of this stuff, but I just wasn't gonna release it because I know it's just gonna be a lot more money that I have to tie up. And also with hair companies, when you are stocking hair, your money is so tied up. And like, I just don't want to go to all of my locations and see all this different hair sitting on the wall and not in my bank account. Because initially when you launch your company, it is all about, I say, the content, even in the marketing strategy, more than the hair itself. Because if you can have the prettiest hair and nobody knows you have that hair, and nobody knows why it's good, and nobody can vouch for it, and you have no content, and it's gonna sit on the shelf, like it's not gonna go nowhere. And I've just done this long enough to know that for me to feel confident in what I'm doing and to be able to go hard, I want more money put towards my content and put towards my content and put towards marketing than I do with hair itself. And where I'm at with the business, this is a long video, so I'm probably gonna wrap this up because baby, the time, just me talking, it's a lot. And I don't know if y'all are gonna like this type of content. I have a full day though. So I'm gonna continue to document my day just so y'all can see what it takes to really, do all of this stuff, because it is a lot. To prepare for a hair product launch, to develop systems, to get your inventory together, all of that stuff, it takes a lot. And I thought it would be cool to document because I can show y'all in real time what exactly I'm doing, so y'all can get a better idea of what it'll take for you. And I'll probably make another video just because there are multiple ways to skin a cat. So there's multiple ways you can go about launching a hair company successfully. I'm choosing to not do the drop ship route this time just because of the quality of hair that I want, and because of I want to keep more profit. So I have the money to reinvest. So this time around, it's me doing everything with having the hair in stock. And I'm gonna show you what it takes to like test out vendors, like when you order from vendors, to test them, and then what I look for when I'm testing hair. And then getting all my hair labeled. So like I said, everything is gonna end up having a barcode so I can scan and track everything, because organization with this is really important. So say you get sick, and then I'm creating SOPs too, like standard operating procedures. So like even if I'm sick, my mom can come, or I can have, one of the girls come and still pack up orders so nothing gets delayed and nothing falls off. Because right now it's all on me. So if I'm busy doing hair or if I get sick or something like that, a lot falls by the wayside, and I don't want to operate like that. So I'm gonna take y'all on this journey. It's gonna be interesting because, again, I've never done these type of videos. But if y'all like this, I'll try to keep them shorter. But I'll also try to record like a day in the life, like a full day in the life of like everything that I'm kind of doing today. Because today's gonna be a pretty busy and hectic day since I was too sick to work Saturday and Sunday. And then you can see, like, yeah, people show numbers and success, but it takes work. I'm not just sitting, like, it takes so much work. I haven't even gotten into, like, I gotta respond to emails right now and text messages. Like, it takes a lot, but I'm cool with the work as long as I have my systems in place. And so that's the important part to me. So right now, I'm going to see if I already have the lengths available for the curlies so that I can ship out the order that came in yesterday so she don't have to wait. And then hopefully I do, because I would like to get her order out like ASAP. And then I'm going to send all of this out today. Everything's being mailed today. And then I'm going to come back. I got to start washing all of the bundles. I need everything washed today so that I can label everything. I think probably the next day I'll be able to label will be like Wednesday. And I'll record how I make my barcodes and label everything, and how I'm able to scan everything in when people place orders, and how everything's tracked and connected through Shopify for my online orders, but also for my in-person orders, because I'm about to, open that up to where people can order in person and do pickups. Yeah, if y'all want me to document anything else, let me know. I have a few things popping up in May. So I don't know if I'm going to continue to do like group K-tip classes after May. I whatever God tells me to do is what I'm gonna do. But as of right now, I don't have any other like group ones planned. I do offer one-on-ones. As of May 1st, my one-on-ones will be $5,000 for K-tip training. Currently, they're $4,000 this month. And then for the in-person class, it's May 10th. You learn K-tips and invisible K-tips. I also have LaShawn. Her ad is LaShawn Soft Life. She's been doing K-tips for a long time. She's a celebrity K-tip stylist in Atlanta. She's absolutely amazing. She'll be there too to share her tips and her experiences. And my classes are amazing. Like, I give a lot of information. I try to give everything I need because I actively do K-tips at least 4 days a week, and typically it's 2 K-tip clients a day. So I try to give as much information as I possibly can. But I am also having a marketing class because, like I said, even my own journey, I put more effort into what I need to do marketing wise because I know that's what's going to sell everything than even the hair. So I used to teach how to launch a hair company classes years and years ago, and they did really, really well. So I'm hosting a how to launch a hair company class May 9th. And so that'll be at 9 a.m. And then I have a marketing class starting at 4 p.m. that day. And it'll go over, like, the marketing class is hands-on. We're building out our systems. Now that I'm learning and implementing more stuff, I will show exactly how to do the barcodes. We'll set those up, automate your back end with emails and SMS. You get access to the CRM system that does everything for you, and we set up your ads so you can run those. So I'm really excited for May. Depending on how May goes, really will determine if I decide to do this moving forward. The ladies from my last K-tip class did ask me to host a marketing class in Houston. With my schedule the way it is, I don't know if I'll actually have time, but I'll look to see if I can. And if I do, it'll be another small, intimate marketing class where we actively set everything up for your back end. And back end means your emails, your SMS, automate your CRM system. And this works if you are a service-based business owner, because it's literally the systems that I use to run my business, and which has allowed me to make $75K in a month, and on average like $50K a month as a stylist, not as a coach, not with selling hair as a stylist. So all of that will be linked below. I do one-on-ones, I do coaching calls. I try to help as much as I can, and I'm pivoting back into the coaching space because that's what I love. Another thing, I can't believe I forgot, on April 11th, I am launching my online training course, which is a monthly fee. The regular price will be $200. It's going to be on sale starting April 11th for $100. And you can cancel anytime, but it walks you through how I do my ads. It walks you through how I keep track of my inventory. It walks you through my systems. It walks you through marketing strategies. I go over content creation, how to edit my settings, all those things. And it walks you through visually, not just me sitting down and talking about it, like you get to see everything. And that's something that I've really been wanting to do because I get asked for coaching, but like, y'all need to see it and be able to stop and rewind and really learn everything. And I hadn't coached purposely because I wanted to do it and have receipts and show you how everything really works. And now that I'm confident in what I can do and it's not a fluke, like if I wanted to have $70,000 months every month, I know exactly what to do to get that. Exactly. And so I teach you my formula and teach you how to, scale your business. We also go over products and everything else. So I'm really excited about that. If you have any questions, comment below. This video is so long. This is why I don't do these, because I could talk and talk and talk. But yeah, comment below. Also, let me know if you like this style of video. Maybe I can condense it more. And then I'll also do like a vlogging type situation to see if y'all like that style, to see how I can continue to give y'all the information. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go. Love you guys. Bye.